Hello.
Long time no see, bud.
It's been a long time, man. Dude, you've really come up in the world since we last filmed. It's been so long. You've got a mansion now.
Yeah, that's right.
We're just gonna get it out of the way.
Are you recording? Let's get that. Yeah, are you recording?
This is. I don't get to complain about you being late for like at least 3 months, I think. You guys will already know this because what we're recording now is going to come out on Monday, which means you've hopefully seen or not hopefully seen the Friday pod featuring mostly just Kyle over here, because we filmed honestly one of our best, most productive, efficient podcasts ever. We had a tight hour 15 to film. We were in and out. We covered 20 news stories. And then Kyle goes, okay, that's all the time I have. I have to leave for the movie theater. And I go to my computer to click stop recording. And it already wasn't recording. And I just paced around my house, went on a walk. I don't know how to feel. I was so upset and embarrassed. And was like, I don't want to message him so that way when he gets done with his movie, he gets this terrible text. And I was like, I have to let him know that I did the biggest no-no you can possibly do. So we only had his recorded audio and video, so I tried to make something work, and so this is just a slight bonus Monday Trey is Sorry podcast. We won't have new options. It's still the same options that I gave Kyle last week, or on Friday, which is beat vanilla hardcore Minecraft, take a photo or video of somebody watching the podcast, and write a review after watching Red 1 again.
So, did you record yourselves giving me those challenges?
Yes.
Okay. I can't wait to see how scuffed it is, because I remember the original post, we originally gonna just literally re-record and just kind of scripted, just re-talk about everything again. And then you're like, or I could kind of just fake me talking to you. People probably won't notice. It'll be a little scuffed. And I'm like, that would be really funny.
I did a middle version of it. So what I did was and again, the audience will see this. I just pre-recorded a bunch of responses that I could clip in while editing, since it was mostly. So I was like, yes, no, maybe. This is option 1. This is option 2, and then I just spliced them in. Now, after you say, you go, my coworker told me he killed a cat, it hard cuts to me going, that's not a funny anecdote, Kyle.
Now the other question is, what about your challenges, perhaps?
Oh,
is that in there, or do we have to address that now?
So because there is no footage of it, we do have to address that now, because you are the only witness to me eating an icky cookie for the opening 20 minutes.
Is there any proof of that happening?
See, the first thing I told wife, she goes, so what did you do today? Didn't you film the podcast? And I go, no, I put a cookie in gravy and I ate it just for Kyle, for no one else. I wasn't even mad that I ate the cookie. I was mad that I ate the cookie for no reason, no content. I just sat in front of Kyle in a private room and ate a cookie.
An oatmeal raisin cookie caked in gravy that you ate over the course of 2 minutes while just going, oh. And I'm like, wow, at least everybody's going to see this.
If it will even it out, next episode recording, I will get another gravy and cookie. And for no reason, just to get it done, and I don't forget to record, I will eat another one live next recording.
My hope of re-recording was you just eating another gravy cookie and then also losing that footage and then just getting more and more upset about the cookies.
The other issue with it being a mostly you podcast is 35 minutes, I didn't realize it, 35 minutes of the pod was us playing rock, paper, scissors, which is unusable footage without the other person playing rock, paper, scissors.
It's like you just try and play against a recording.
And so I was like, oh, we're still playing rock, paper, scissors. Oh, we're still playing rock, paper, scissors. Oh, we're still playing rock, paper, scissors. So
do we need to do that again? Do we need to should we attempt a rock paper scissors?
Things as they are, this is the score, but I will re-eat the cookie. Or do you want me to go back on the game of rock, paper, scissors since there is no proof that I won it? Are you gonna?
I just want to prove, because I've never lost rock, paper, scissors in my life. I just want to prove that I can kick your ass.
But
that
so
the
you're
lost
just showing
footage
this...
was a fluke. You can keep your point. But for the video, I want to prove I can kick your ass because I'm the best rock, paper, scissors player in the world.
So there's going to be different mind games here because, again, for those of you who don't know, we played rock, paper, scissors for 35 minutes. Again, alone in a room. It's not for content anymore. It's not out in the world. I did win best 2 out of 3. We're going to keep our hands below the table. I only threw rock. He only threw rock.
He says there's mind games, so I want you to imagine 30 minutes of rock, paper, scissors where one person is only throwing rock. The psychological effect that must have. As Bart Simpson said, good old rock, nothing beats that. There was a point where he just kept throwing rock because
if I shifted at the wrong moment where he shifted, and so I was just like he was in the driver's seat because he had me in the reaction. Okay, hands below the table on the counter. On the counter. Yeah, rock, paper, shoot. Then we'll reveal. All right, rock.
See, this is where the mind games come in.
No, there's no mind games before round
rock
1
again. Because he thinks it's rock again. That's
I don't think anything. Round 1, there's no mind game. Round 1 is the preliminary round of rock, paper, scissors. If you think round 1 of rock, paper, scissors matters, you're a fool. Round 2 is the most important round because whoever wins round 2 is running the show. And what happened was I won round 1, you won round 2. And then you were running shit. But round 1 is just chaos theory. I don't believe there's anything I'm going to read into. I'm going to do the Monty Hall problem. I've got my 3 options. I'm going to ring into this chest. And are you ready?
Yep.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, I've won round 1.
What are you throwing paper for, you son of a bitch?
I've thrown paper. You're recording too, by the way, right?
It would be really funny
came
if
in
we
real
lost
hot
my
today.
footage.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you couldn't record today, I was just going to be like, I'm just going to film. Let's just, to honor Kyle, I'll just also do a solo awkward podcast. Because there were some times where I would tell a story and you just silence and then laugh, and then silence and laugh for about 10 minutes, and I would just scrub it, so where you'd be like, so my coworker told me the cat died, and then you just like, you just maniacally laugh for a full 5 minutes.
Do you dub in like you responding or having a story, or do I just look insane?
It depends. Again, it was very selective. So, by the way, welcome to the What Are My Options podcast. This is the worst. We will never have a week like this again. I apologize. We will be back Friday with your regularly scheduled bullshit. Welcome to What Are My Options podcast. I'm Trey and he is Kyle. This is like episode 15.5, or this is episode 15. The other one's 15.5. I don't know yet. Round 2. Here we go. I'm reaching in. Kyle, what is your plan? What is your mind game you're playing here?
Well, now I know that you're so comfortable that you're throwing paper.
I did exactly what happened last time. I went paper, you went rock, and then round 2 we both went rock. Is that what's going to happen again?
Well, you're going to go paper, but then you're like, no, he's going to throw rock again. So you're going to throw.
It's the same thing as last time. I have to throw rock. Because either you adapt to the situation and throw paper for the tie, or you go for scissors to cut the paper you think I'm going to throw, or you throw the rock because you think I'm going scissors because I think you're going paper, so I have to throw rock.
Well, I think you're throwing paper, which is why I'm throwing scissors, but you're going to think that I'm throwing scissors, right, which is why you're throwing rock.
Yes. Which means you're probably throwing paper, which means I might go scissors, but by default, there's a 33% bonus chance on top of the other 30. There's a 66% chance that you're throwing rock just by default.
There is no 33. I hate statistics. It's a 50-50 chance.
There's 3 options. How is it 50-50? It's not on or off. It's rock, paper, or scissors.
It's on or you're either going home a winner or you're going home a loser. There is no statistics. I'm throwing rock. Count to 3, I'm throwing rock.
You son of a bitch, you're not throwing rock, and I know you're not throwing rock. You're not throwing rock. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ha!
Why did you throw paper?
Ha! 2 for 2. Kyle has somehow accidentally deleted his recording today. I'm just screaming at a monitor.
Sorry,
I won faster than I did last time. I'm getting better at beating you.
My hand clenched up. I meant to throw scissors.
Yeah. You had him stuck in the barrel. You had him ungreased, unoiled. Woo. Oh dear God. So yeah, you still have until now it's Thursday, but you still have until Tuesday to play Minecraft, watch Red One. But after rubbing the rock paper scissors in your face, I'm gonna do something new on the pod. We won't do this often. I'm going to give you. Here you go. I'm gonna hand it behind the monitor. There you go. You've received it. As you see, you can read it in your hand there. It's a very fancy piece of paper, Theater of the Mind. Yep, you got to really unsheath it. Yeah, it's a wide paper. It's not a tall paper. Yeah, it says Kyle's first get out of WAMO free card. You can use this once before 1 year from today. Today is December 4th, 2025. It is a 1 year expiration date. You can use this. Whether it is a WAMO option and you just want a free point, you can just say, nope, I didn't do that option and I'm going to cash in my card for the point. Or if you forget to record a pod, I cannot be mad at you whatsoever and I have to fully solve the problem. Or we're eating some secret mystery disgusting item, only you can cash it in that moment and be like, oh, you know how we bought 2 spicy dipshit burgers? You have to eat them.
Can you imagine if I cashed in right now and I'm like, I don't want to watch Red One?
Again, the Minecraft would make so much more sense. You just hate Red One that much.
I really hate Red One.
So, yeah, log that in your inventory. You have a get out of WAMO free card that you can use it for any type of thing, whether it's the challenges or a tech issue or a food challenge we do later. Yeah, so...
Yeah.
Well, what's cooler? You got the first get out of WAMO free card, or you possibly have a house?
Well, as you can see behind me, normally, I want to make it very clear. Normally, you'll call me and it's been a week, and you're like, "So, what happened to you this week?" And I'm like, "Nothing happened." And now this is our first "What has literally happened in 2 days" podcast, but. Thankfully, it's been a very eventful 2 days because in the last 2 days, I found a house, toured the house, applied for the house, and as of 30 minutes ago, got approved for the house.
What kind of house are we talking here?
It's got a roof.
A pointy roof or a flat roof or a slant roof?
It's one of those good old roofs that keeps the rain out of your face.
Rain, snow, sleet, nice.
It's got appliances, dude. So we're talking refrigerator.
We're talking
keep your stuff
toaster.
Cold. It got a dishwasher. So can I tell you, the first place I lived with a roommate, God rest his soul, he died in a scuba accident. We didn't have a dishwasher.
That's not a funny anecdote, Kyle. I'm sorry. Saying God rest his soul and then responding with maniacal laughter is one of the weirdest things. I don't know how else to respond. Anyway, moving on.
I have so many roommate stories. This is the one where he would always have his girlfriend over and she would yell at me for not wearing pants.
Okay.
And, it's if I'm paying the rent, I'm not wearing pants. I'm going commando.
Is she the woman sitting on the bench behind you, glaring at you that I just noticed? There's a woman in the distance just watching over your shoulder.
She comes with the house.
Okay.
But we didn't have a dishwasher, and it was our first place as, like, individuals. And whenever you move out, your first place is usually with a roommate. Usually, like, you and friends split the rent and you hang out. And so you're with these people that have never had responsibility before, and now as a group collective, you need responsibility. So not having a dishwasher, the sink was always filled with soaking dishes.
Yeah, they're soaking. I gotta soak it. It'll be easier to clean in 9 days when there's mold on it.
Exactly. And it's always, hey, you need to do the dishes. And he's like, I did them last time. It's your turn. And I'm like, I literally did them last time. And it got to the point where you would just throw the dishes out and buy new dishes.
There's that, or you didn't want to do laundry, so you just keep buying packs of like 10 Hanes white t-shirts. The first place I lived, I just did all of the dishes because I liked it. I would listen to podcasts and jam out. But my second place with roommates, I just exclusively bought disposable silverware and plates and cups and only ate microwave food for the full year that I lived there.
I'm sorry to the planet for all the garbage I have created, but me having to clean a dish in the sink, I would rather die.
I think it's so fun and soothing and nice, and it reminds me to wash my hands.
It's just the smell of dirty dishes.
Well, yeah, if you leave them, then there's this. Yeah, otherwise, if you get to it quickly, you do them every day before you go to bed. There's 3 dishes. There's no smell.
It was like every dish we owned in the sink in a tub of black water. So having a dishwasher is so nice.
Okay.
Do not have a washer dryer though, so
they couldn't fit it in the window there.
No, there was no room in there.
Oh, okay.
I could do them at my dad's, or I could be one of those people that do the laundromats.
I love the meticulous things that other adults complain about. Love going to the laundromat. I watch the cable TV. I go eat from the vending machine. I'll play some Balatro on my phone. I mean, I have a washer and dryer now, but like me and wife's last place we lived at, we didn't have it, so we had to go to the laundromat. And it was just, we would watch the Eagles play on the shitty TV. I would stand between her and the creek. Place. It's so cozy and warm and smells like detergent.
I got a garage.
A garage?
A garage.
Is it like 21 Savage's garage where he what does he say? He goes, I got a 12 car garage, but I only got 6 cars. That's a really good. That's a bar.
He sounds so upset that he couldn't fill it.
It's meant to be a flex, but it sounds really sad. Right?
Yeah. Which is good because the weather overnight has kind of gone to shit.
Mm-hmm. It's the I was telling why I think I would go spring, summer, fall, winter.
I would go fall. I hate spring, but it's the allergies.
I guess the tornadoes are more deadly there. Tornadoes are more quirky and fun up here. I love lightning, thunder, rain, tornado, 70-degree weather. Like, because fall is like, oh, the leaves are falling and it's 70 degrees. Spring, you have to hang on to your roof and it's 70 degrees. It's awesome.
From like March to April in Oklahoma, like half the state of Oklahoma is just being like Thanos snapped at random with tornadoes, and everybody in Oklahoma just accepts that. They're like, rent's pretty cheap here. It's just 50% of the state dies every year, and we just have to accept that. And then the allergies and the bugs and the tornadoes. So yeah, spring in Oklahoma isn't fun.
Oh yeah, true. I don't have allergies, so I guess I don't have that debuff there. But yeah, winter though, because wife hates the cold, but she loves the snow. I hate everything to do with the winter. I hate it. I love the sun. I love the flowers. I love the spring. I love it. Fall and winter is things dying. Spring and summer is things thriving.
I love things dying. That's why I love the fall.
That's why I liked my old roommate who did ski.
That's why. It's Oklahoma doesn't have the tropical 60-degree winters, but it doesn't have the 30 below.
Oh yeah,
can't go anywhere winters. But because of that, nobody here knows how to deal with ice. Mm-hmm. It's like we don't have ice trucks. Nobody knows what they're doing.
Every time I'm around here, and I like last year we went to Bryanson, Kansas City during a genuine blizzard freeze out. They shut down every road, so we were legally driving on the highway. We were sliding down off ramps, but you'd be doing your damnedest. You'd be doing everything right, and someone in front of you would just use their brakes like a fucking fool, and you would scream at them, no! And you'd start seeing them fishtail, and it's like, you just had to let off the gas and just lightly steer. If you brake, your traction is gone. You're going into the guardrail.
I always heard you gotta pump.
Yeah, or pump it. Yeah,
pump it.
Same thing on bridges. People would keep braking on bridges, which that's where the most ice is because the cold air gets to go under it. This is only a fun podcast for the people that live in Oklahoma and Kansas like we do. Everyone else does not have this issue, I assume.
The theme of this episode, we're going to talk about people dying.
Yeah. Last episode, so the secret episode, which we lost half of, we just talked about animals dying. So now it's people dying.
Yeah. Here in the South, we just don't know how to deal with ice. Our gridlocks don't know how to deal with it. Texas, I know, is real bad because, he went on vacation while everybody froze to death.
That's got to be so annoying as somebody from, Wisconsin to, be down here and witness how people react to it.
none of our pipes are like ice prepared.
That's another thing I have to explain. I told people, like, I go to my Discord chat and I go, hey, open your cabinets and drip your faucets. And they go, why the fuck would I do that? And I go, so they don't burst. And it's like, every house is built the cheapest. So like in Louisiana, their houses are on stilts. So they just float the fuck away instead of like exploding. In the Midwest, we have basements because of the tornadoes, which means they flood easily. And because of the basement stuff, we keep our pipes outside, which I guess they could go in the basement, but I don't know. I don't make houses. And then up north, they don't have the basements. That's crazy to me.
It's very funny looking up videos of like pipes exploding in the South at like restaurants, because they'll just fill with ice and then it'll all melt and it'll explode and just everything gets flooded.
My first place I lived alone, the first winter there, this was the crack den I lived in. I froze and busted the pipes 3 times just because I kept forgetting. I never forget it now, but I have to call my landlord. He'd come over. He'd get a bunch of like heaters to like dry out under. He'd repair the pipes. I'd just be like, the faucets aren't working today. That's weird.
Oh.
It's sort of like forgetting to hit record on a podcast. It's a mistake that you make once, twice, maybe thrice, and then you don't ever do it again.
I mean, it's better than like Alaska, where like they show the video and they like go to their toilet and the whole toilet bowl is like frozen, and they're like, toilet's frozen again.
Toilet's frozen. I mean, at that point, you can just go out to the outhouse. It can't be that bad. It's like in Pluribus, not to make my whole life revolve around the shows that I'm watching, they go to the Norwegian ice hotel, and they're like, it's what is it? It's 3 below 0 or something like that, and then they take their jacket off. In the hotel room. They're like, yeah, it's a brisk. And I had to remember that they're probably saying Celsius, because there's no way you take your jacket off and don't just instantly start freezing to death. So it's like 29 degrees, I would assume. God, I hate the cold. I get in the car. There's all those memes where the winter in the Midwest or in the North, you get in the car and you just go, ah! And you're just angry and you scream because you can't, like, there's no other, you can't warm up. The car's heat's still taking forever to kick on.
It's funny how literally half of every year is me wishing for the polar opposite. Because in the summer, you get into a 115-degree car and you close the door and it's like the heat death of the universe. And you're like, I wish it was cold. And then you get to January and you step in your car and it feels like your dick has frozen off. And you're just like, I wish for the slightest bit of heat. I just gotta be an old asshole in Florida.
Oh, it's so 70 humid, though. See, I don't like the humidity, though. It's so wet and heavy. Your head would be glistening over there. So, you've looked at a couple houses here and there. Was this just the house that happened to accept you, or was it the appliances that got you? What made this be the one?
I saw there was a dishwasher, and I'm like, sign me up.
How many rooms do we got going here?
It's 3-bedroom. It's surprisingly, for the price, very good price. It's like nearly 1,400 square feet. Like a big boy.
Right.
There's a lot of places the same price that were like 700 square feet. It's like fine. This one has just got big living room stuff. It is nice. I've been looking for places all year, and it's just, they all have a negative. I went to one house and it was nice, but there were homeless people in the front yard. Oh. And I'm like, I could make friend with them, but to put it could be a little weird.
It's been since Goofy Guy Gathering last year, because I remember we were sat on the couch and I was like, Kyle, tell the boys about how you lost this job. Because every time you'd come over, you'd be like, so here's how I lost this job. And you're like, So I just got to stay at my dad's for like a month until I find a new place. And it has almost been, a full year since that day.
Yeah.
Because, that was October. We were there for Halloween week at Worlds of Fun. Yeah, it was October of last year.
Yeah. It literally went from I'll find a place in spring to I'll find a place in summer to I'll find a place in fall. What's funny, though, is you see all the places, because I guess everybody moves in the spring and the summer. and then like nobody moves in the winter. So
No,
a lot
yeah.
of the
Imagine
prices
that.
kept
You're gonna be
dropping.
so upset moving in the winter.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun taking a U-Haul trying to move sofas
Dude, all
when
that
the
metal
roads are
that's
iced
just
over.
freezing there. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
When we moved here, it was like pouring like torrential downfall, so that was terrible. But winter would be way worse. You try not to slip off the back of the truck.
I did move in spring once, Oklahoma spring, and it was genuinely like rain, thunder, and tornadoes. But it was one of those I had 2 days to get out.
Right.
And we're like, we can't wait for it to stop. Moving, I think if there is a hell, it's just going to be an infinite loop.
You're moving a couch up 3 flights of stairs and around 4 corners, but the stairs just keep looping, and the couch keeps getting just slightly heavier, and your friend keeps setting it down, making it worse for you. That is hell.
You're driving, and then like you start to doze off, and then you open your eyes, and in front of you are boxes that need to be packed. And you pack them, and you move them, and you unpack them, and the second you take the final thing out, you blink and you open your eyes, and suddenly you're packing boxes.
You're packing boxes.
It's an infinite loop, and you always forget, and I think that's what hell is.
Have you ever used those like moving companies? I feel like I eventually have to convince myself that, because every time, because you have to drive this U-Haul. The fact that they let civilians like me and you drive these U-Hauls all around the streets, I don't understand. It's a fucking school bus.
Every time I see somebody with a U-Haul, I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah. It's some college kid who doesn't even have their own car yet is allowed to drive a U-Haul.
I've genuinely just been forking out the money. It's like $400-500, and you have like 4 of the buffest men you've ever seen, and they take everything and they move it for you, and then they're like, well, on to the next job. Because the alternative is you get your 3 friends to do it, and then you buy them a pizza, and then they hate you.
Yeah, every time. Again, I always just have my brothers, and I'm like, all right, we're moving. And I used to have the tradition where we'd eat at Long John Silver's halfway through moving, and we would all get foodborne illnesses. No. Because growing up as kids when we would move, there was all sorts of Long John Silver's in Oklahoma, but there's not a lot around Missouri. And every time I would move, I was like, whoa, there's a Long John Silver's here. We never get to eat There's Brothers anymore. And just everything is coated in grease. The napkins are greasy. Your cup of soda's greasy. I hate Long John Silver's.
If I helped somebody move and halfway through they took me out to Long John Silver's, I would unmove everything we'd spent the first half of the day moving. I'm like, I'm putting it back.
When Ethan finds out that was an option, he's going to be pissed at me. I've taken Ethan to Long John Silver's 3 times during 3 different moves.
That's crazy. I was part of a 3-man where a guy had 3 friends come out to help him move, and he bought us 6 pizzas. And I'm like, oh, you really suck it up. The 6 pizza
I didn't even
special.
consider the pizzas. That would have been a much better option, because then it comes to you while you're moving. God, the other bad thing was the place that we moved from was 2 stories, so it was moving a mattress down that tight corner.
Never again.
Yeah,
never again.
I think you were at that place once. I think when we were going to our TwitchCon flight, and so it's that incredibly tight. It's an apartment 2 stories, so it's like 10 feet by 10 feet. You have to go straight down a narrow hallway and then turn your queen mattress into a fucking trifold brochure to get it around the corner, up the stairs. Then you have to do that again. You're imprinted into the wall. God, I hate moving.
My dad forgot to throw the mac and cheese in the oven. He's like, shit.
For those of you wondering about The Price is Right, the dishes, that is the mac and cheese microwave noise going off. Again, I love editing because there's always some noise that I didn't hear last episode or like while I'm recording it, but I hear it through your audio and I go,
and it's in my audio.
So that's what Papa Kyle's up to. That's cool.
The moving something up to a second floor is the worst, but the moving it down is kind of fun because a lot of the time you're just throwing stuff over the balcony.
Because you also, like, you value all these things, but when you're moving, you're like, that can stay here. I left 2 TVs behind when I last moved because they were upstairs, and I went, fuck 'em.
You just left TVs?
I left a 60-inch TV. If you guys want to go 3 blocks that way, I don't think they've rented the apartment yet. There might still be a TV upstairs. We left a bed frame, a TV, a weight set, couple chairs. I was like, fuck this stuff, man. And I spent some good money on it. I was like, I don't like it that much now that I think about it, but I really wanted it back when I wasn't moving. There's also some stuff where like we're like, all right, this is the last load we're gonna do with the truck, and there's 3 things left over, and you're like, we're not coming back for a load of 3 items. It's staying here now. I left 20 Taco Bell hot sauce bottles like you buy from Walmart just in the fridge because I was like, I don't need all of them.
I think they just make that an amenity for the next person who moves in. They open the fridge, they're like, check this shit out.
You're not gonna believe this, dude. Have you looked at any of your Wrapped stuff yet? Not to be, but we're a podcast. There's the YouTube Wrapped, the Spotify Wrapped, the Discord Wrapped, the Pornhub Wrapped, probably.
I did look at a lot of my Wraps, yep.
We have our first podcast creator Wrapped, though.
People were sending me and being like, look at my top podcaster, and it was us. And I'm like, you loser.
I saw people were top 25% viewers, top 28%, and I was like, maybe that's just the math. Maybe we don't have a top one. I can confirm my dear wife is a top 1% viewer of listening to our dumb asses, and I feel really bad about that as somebody who lives with me, that she is our top 1% listener on Spotify.
Well, I'm so happy.
So shout out Priscilla there. So I got the creator Wrapped. Our show was in the top 25% of videos on Spotify. That seems good. That means we're better. You imagine there's 75% people on Spotify doing what we're doing, and they're losing to us.
Like Spotify video?
Yeah, there are videos on Spotify. Our show and our videos were in the top 25% viewed on all of Spotify video.
I really want to watch those 75% of videos to see what they're doing.
Because we need to not do what they're doing. We reached 5 countries. Can you guess the 5 countries that we reached?
United States, Canada.
Okay, that's 2. Yep, you got them.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica,
Peru, Haiti, Dominica. No, that would have been awesome. U.S. was number 1, Canada number 2, number 3, the UK, number 4, Israel. They must have been really mad about that one episode. And then number 5, Latvia.
Who the goddamn? We don't speak Latvian. Dr. Doom listening to us? What's going on?
Is that the only Latvia? I thought Latvia sounds like one of those made-up countries in movies and TV. Like, I've only ever heard it in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Charles goes, I adopted a kid from Latvia. And they make up all this lore about Latvia because they assume you don't know about Latvia. And then Dr. Doom, also Latvian. Did they make latkes? Is that Latvian? Or is that maybe? If you're our one Latvian viewer, probably, speak up. Well, you could just lie.
We want you on the show.
We want you. Yeah, you can be our first guest if you are a Latvian viewer. We were the number 1 show 5 people watched on Spotify this year. We were 5 people's number 1 most watched show on Spotify.
Absolute cinema.
I don't like this category. This is the artists our viewers collectively watch the most. Can you guess one of them in the top 5? That these are Spotify musicians, artists, singers, bands that our collective audience most listen to.
Imagine Dragons.
No, I would be very.
Thank God. Good job, guys.
Number 1, Kendrick Lamar. That's probably true for just most audiences. He's just had a killer year. Number 2, getting a little embarrassing, Toby Fox.
All right, you nerds. You're listening to video game OSTs on Spotify. If you listen to Sonic the Hedgehog OSTs, that's fine. That's acceptable. That's a different category. But Undertale,
our goal for next year's Creator Wrapped, if you were somebody who didn't listen to Toby Fox, over listen to other stuff. We have to lower Toby Fox in the rankings. Maybe we can get him to number 4 next year. Number 3, Conan Gray. I don't know who that is.
Let me do the Google.
Yeah,
all right, here we go.
Number 3, we have Conan Gray. Not O'Brien, Conan Gray.
Okay, it's like Freddie Mercury if he was a twink.
Oh.
Conan Gray. Let's see here. American, born in 1998. Had that one song Maniac. That one
She's
song
maniac,
Heather.
Maniac. That one?
No.
Okay.
Gray names Taylor Swift and Lorde as biggest influences. What a dweeb. Won the 2019 Best YouTube Musician at the Shorty Awards.
He was the best YouTube musician in 2019?
For the Shorty Awards.
And somebody that listens to him listens to us? What a small world.
That's crazy.
Well, keep it up, because number 4 is Louis Capaldi. Who is Louis Capaldi? We have our Joe Rogan Jamie over here on the keys over here researching.
Okay, someone you loved, wish you the best. Someone you loved. Let me.
Someone you love. That's how that one goes, I think. No, just somebody that I used to know.
1.1 million views.
Oh, that's low. That is their number 1 hit?
Loneliness is a good feeling when created by ourselves, but it's the worst feeling when gifted to others.
It sounds like you're reading a holiday Christmas card right now.
Okay, he literally sounds like this. He's like, somebody to hold, somebody to hold, somebody to hold.
Women?
It sounds exactly
Your
like
singing voice is always that voice. What was it? What's the song you sang where you go, oh, women?
Went to the grocery store, women. Took her out for coffee.
And number 5 is country music star George Jones. Everyone knows George Jones. Kyle does not know George Jones.
George Jetson?
George Jones.
George Jones.
Two first
Put
country.
a photo of him because he's funny looking.
He's not That's just what country stars looked like in the 80s.
Well, what are you guys listening to?
That's not that crazy.
Come on.
So what do you think should be in the top 5? What do you want them to put in the collective top 5? What is your recommendation to fix the audience's music taste?
Listen to more jazz. Listen to jazz fusion. Listen to indie rock. Listen to 80s glam hair metal. Listen to something cool. If you listen to country, I think you should die.
That's crazy. There's fun country out there. You live in Oklahoma. You've had to have two-step. Have you ever two-stepped?
I've two-stepped.
Okay, a two-step in a country, like, rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. I love to two-step to some bopping country like a wedding.
Every country song sounds the same.
Oh my God, you say that about every genre that is you cannot tell me that fucking carve my key into his leather seats sounds the same as Toby Keith's I want to talk about me, want to talk about number one, oh my, me, my, what I think, what I like, what I know, what I want, what I see. You think those songs sound exactly, you're insane.
They all sound like
you think Willie Nelson and Luke Combs sound the same, you should be
first, Willie Nelson isn't country, he's folky bluegrass. It's a completely different category.
Brother. It's only country if it's bad. If it's not country, it's blues.
Yes, great. I fell into a burning ring of fire. It's not country. Okay. But I went down to the lake and my jeans is a country, and it's awful in its ass.
I think it's because you listen to music. Okay, there is country music that you have to enjoy via a connection, a nostalgic connection. Yeah, I listen to some One More Round by Shaboozey. You don't know why? Because I've been at a bar in the country, and I've read my Chevrolet, and I drove that piece of shit and then stepped away. I did that. You didn't do that. But there is good country that just stands on its own.
I think when you say connection, it's like when you have all these pop singers and rap stars and they're singing about being rich, and it's like, you get it, it's the life. I think it's that all these country singers try to relate. They're like, I'm just like you. I have a Chevy. I have a job. I go down to the lake and swim.
I agree. It has a bad batting average, but there's objectively a selection of renowned, appreciated country. Devil went down to Georgia. The devil went down to Georgia. He was having himself a time. That's a banger.
Not a country song. Not a country song.
What is it?
It's the whatever.
It's an Irish jig.
It's like goat. It's like goat music. I don't know what it's called. Goat music.
Oh, okay. Thunder rolls, and the thunder rolls, and the lightning strikes. The storm rolls on. It's so hauntingly beautiful.
That's country and it sucks.
No, that song does not suck. You're just saying that to make your point. There is no way you're driving on a fucking road late at night just trying to get home during a lightning storm and thunder. It's so good. It's my favorite 4th of July song.
If it's country, it sucks.
You can't say that.
If it's country, it sucks. But I looked up the other forms of country. You have English folk, you have Appalachian, old time, blues, jazz,
so blues is country,
jam band,
Tracy Chaplin, fast car. You'd rather fast car. You're just gonna say it's good, so it's not country, but it's good and it's country.
Tracy Chapman,
yeah, fast car.
Fast car.
You'd rather fast car. It's beautiful. There is a lot of shit country. I'm not.
That's not country.
Guys, I like it, so it's not country.
No, it's
you hate stadium country, which I agree with, but you can't use that to label all country. It's like when people hate rap music and they say it's all mumble rap. They're just saying that they only listen to mumble rap and they're labeling it as everything. You're doing the same thing with country.
There's such a distinction between folk, bluegrass, and country. Folk is like country that means something. Because if any country song has that noise, the twang, where it goes...
Discord can't register the sound you're making. I'll have to hear it back later.
That's the twang. That noise.
You just don't like that noise?
I hate... If you put that noise in your song...
Take me home, country road... Wait, that's not... Hold on. West Virginia. West Virginia's a folk song?
Bluegrass.
Wagon Wheel. Look up Wagon Wheel right now. Wagon Wheel fucking rules. It goes so
hard. I did not think you would be out here defending the worst genre of music.
I agree it's the worst genre, but I hate when people blanket hate things. I hate when people say all rap is mumble rap. I hate when people say all country is... Music is beautiful, and to blanket hate any genre is limiting your life.
There's beautiful music in every genre. Country music exists.
Whether it's screamo, whether it's country, whether it's rap, whether it's pop, whether it's blues, whether it's rock and roll, it's all beautiful. He's jamming.
I'm listening to Wagon Wheel. This is clearly folksy blues. Blues. I think country music is just another thing that white people ruined. We had the perfection of blues and folk and bluegrass, and then a bunch of billionaires.
Were you there at the forefront of bluegrass? Guys, we had it good back in the 70s, and then these white folk came along and just ruined it. Look at yourself.
They ruined it. They ruined the second that Chevys.
Jolene!
Okay, Dolly Parton is
working 9 to 5, had to make a living working. Lost your mind.
Dolly Parton is a saint.
An American treasure and a country music icon.
Dolly Parton.
Huh?
I will never bad talk Dolly Parton. She is her own genre outside of country.
The amount of
Dolly Parton is a genre.
Made.
I would say it's a little bit of honky tonk. Honky tonk.
Little bit of Tonka truck.
A little bit of Tonka truck. That's its own genre.
God damn. All right, guys, that's our hour. That is our no.
Quick aside while we're on the topic of music. My job has started playing Christmas music, and I'm scared because it is now officially the first job that I've ever had that plays Christmas music.
You're doomed.
And I love Christmas music. I adore Christmas music. I listen to it a lot. But I've always associated it with driving, opening presents, and decorating trees. I've never associated it with 40 hours a week of manual labor, of hearing Santa Baby sung by 12 different singers every hour.
The other thing is, it's work radio is the same 10 songs. There is no variety beyond those 10 songs they've licensed.
Yep. It's the same 10 songs, and it's all covers. And every once in a while, the thing that makes me the angriest is I'm fine with the classics. I can hear them 100 times. This Christmas, my favorite Christmas song. We should do a Christmas song tier list because I bet your tastes are awful.
I have Bing Crosby S tier, everything else F tier.
Okay, shush. You shut. Nat King Cole, number 1. Number 2, actually.
Nat King Cole.
Nat King Cole, number 2. Put him up there.
Where's my little drummer boy?
Little drummer boy. F tier. First things, a quick aside. Can we talk about? I hate when you're listening.
This is an aside for an aside now. By the way, we're two asides deep.
I'm aside. I hate when I'm listening to the Christmas station opening presents and that stupid song about the dead shoeless mom comes on. Get that off of my radio.
What is that one? I don't know that one.
Mad. It's the one where she's like, somebody give my mama some Christmas shoes because she gonna meet Jesus in an hour when she dies. And I'm like, goddamn, lighten the mood a little bit. Ease up. Look, it's Christmas shoes. I had somebody tell me Christmas shoes was their favorite song, and I'm like, bullshit.
Is this a new Christmas song?
No, Christmas.
Hold on, that's an ad. That was crazy.
Christmas shoes. Is it Christmas shoes?
14 years ago. The top comment is Rob Lowe.
Let's skip ahead a bit when they're talking about...
Is she going to get hit by... Oh, that is Rob Lowe.
Those shoes for my mama, please.
He looks like Jay from Silent Bob. Next top comment, I thought Northern Lion made this up. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty shit.
Oh my god. And so that one, but it's back to the aside from the aside. While we're on the topic, we're just gonna keep going back up layers.
Yeah.
I hate, there's nothing more than, I'm fine with covers.
Okay.
It's fine, you take a classic song, you just sing it, but I hate how every year every celeb tries to have their own All I Want for Christmas Is You. They want their big original Christmas pop hit, and they all sound exactly the same.
Do you remember
it's
in
the
Pitch
most vapid
Perfect
lyrics?
In Pitch Perfect 3 when Snoop Dogg made a really shitty Christmas song?
Yeah.
Anna Kendrick comes in. I hate when a movie, it's like in Camp Rock 2. You know how people start that sentence. Where, what is her name? Lily. She's a DJ.
You exclusively watch Disney Channel movies?
Yeah. And Lily goes, check out my yeah, I'm a DJ. And it's like, she's hitting a beat drum really shittily. And then she goes, yeah. There's that. Where was I going with this? Shit, we're too many asides deep. Lily from Disney Channel.
Many asides.
Back up. Fuck.
Terrible original Christmas songs.
Oh yeah.
They always have
Pitch Perfect 3, Snoop Dogg's trying to make a Christmas album and he's like talking about them hoes. And then Anna Kendrick comes in with a beat drum and she goes, okay, Snoop, start singing the Christmas song. And she just keeps hitting the drum pad randomly. And they're like, damn, Anna Kendrick, that shit's fire. And I was like, you're a movie. You can't lie to me. I know that's the shittiest song I've ever heard in my life.
How many hoes does Snoop have? 3?
At least. Ever since Doggy Style, it's been on the up and up.
I feel like for Christmas you need at least 3 hoes.
I think my favorite Christmas release post 2001, post 9/11 is DMX Rudolph. Have you?
Yeah.
I assume you've heard that one.
Yeah.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Oh! I just love DMX.
I think people are okay with like a lot of the Michael Bublé stuff because he kind of he has that old Sinatra
sound, yeah.
But so many singers, it's like you have the Jingle Bells, and then every single song, it's like do 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 do, and they're like, I'm walking through candy cane trees looking for presents, and I'm gonna make out with my husband and on Christmas, and I'm like, oh my.
But I think once a year somebody nails it, and that's why the Ariana Grande had one, I think, last year that was kind of fire. I don't remember what it was called, so maybe it wasn't that fire. But I think because there's so many, and I think we need a new Christmas song every year, or we're gonna get tired of the ones we have.
They just want to be rich for the rest of their lives. Oh, for
sure. I'm not saying they have valid reasons for doing it, but I think it's a necessary evil to keep the cycle alive.
If you could get a Wham! Last Christmas hit that will be put in every Christmas movie ever and be played every year, then you never need to make a song ever again. You're rich. And that's what they're trying to do, but they're all awful.
They're not all. SpongeBob gave us This Christmas Feels Like the Very First Christmas to Me. I love that song. That's one of my favorite Christmas songs. Is from the SpongeBob episode.
It's a great song.
Yeah, and we wouldn't have that if SpongeBob wasn't out there trying to make millions of dollars hashing out new Christmas music. So shout out Bob.
Oh my God.
Anyway, back to the main aside. Our Wrapped. Our audience also read books on Spotify. There's audiobooks on Spotify. Our top 5 books: number 1, Death's End. Number 2, World War Z. Number 3, Arcadia. Number 4, the Cars movie audiobook. Who in our audience is Latvian and listening to Cars?
That's incredible.
And listening to George Jones.
Why the idea of I don't want to watch Cars. I don't want to read Cars. I want someone to do impersonations of all the Cars cast and read me the plot of Cars.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Can you imagine a sophisticated guy who reads audiobooks for a living, and he's like, and then Mater.
Yeah, I'm picturing James Earl Jones describing what Radiator Springs looks like because we can't see it.
He tries to do an accent. He's like, howdy, y'all. I am Toe Mater. Welcome to Radiator Springs.
Luigi, the local car salesman. You can't see him, but he looks very stereotypical Italian. Even though he's a car, he is certainly Italian. And then number 5 is War Horse. So there you go. Those are the top audiobooks. It is a funny photo of a horse.
Put the poster up on screen.
Put the poster up on War Horse. Poster. Let me give this bonus episode just to insult our audience and the things that they also listen to.
We're just making fun of dead people in our audience.
Yeah, because we have such a small audience on Spotify that for something to be in our top 5, they don't need to listen to that much for it to be on here. So there's probably one person that read War Horse and is now being insulted by the one podcast they listened to.
They listen to War Horse, and then they come support our pod,
and we're just making.
And then they get lambasted. There's the George photo. I gotta send you real quick. Quick aside.
Okay.
Last night, I want you. Here's the video of my visibility. It was raining, hailing, snowing, and slushing.
That's crazy that you had snow and we didn't. We're north of
you. Here's the video I took.
I love seeing! I love being able to see while I drive! I love having vision! I love seeing!
And you can throw that video up. That's my lovely. It's.
You can't see, but you've got one hand on your phone and you're screaming at the road also to add insult to injury.
Not only is it pitch black, everybody's driving with their brights on, and then I turn on my brights, and then every giant-ass hail and snowflake radiates light through it like a prism.
Oh, yeah. The best part about driving through snow, though, I mean, more so when you're a kid and it's less dangerous, is it's like you're in Lightspeed in Star Wars, and it looks badass.
That is pretty cool, yeah.
But have you had the sleet storms down there? We get them up here, where you have to pull over every 5 miles and re-scrape the windshield. Even if you have the heat blasted, you have the windshield wipers going, it's so cold outside, and the ice crystals are coming down so fast that, like, every 5 to 10 miles, you just have to get out, re-scrape, and then keep going.
If I had to keep pulling over to scrape my windows, I would be done. I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, you'd be one of the guys that's got all the
awful.
like snow and ice piled in their car 2 feet deep, and you're just waiting for somebody to come along and see your car-shaped pile of snow. God, what was it saying? Okay, so then they also listen to other podcasts, traders. The number one podcast our audience listens to, not the Joe Rogan Experience, as one might think.
Thank God.
It is Joe Marler's Things People Do.
Let me find a photo of this asshole. Joe Marler. Marler?
Marler.
The rugby player?
I don't know. It's called Things People Do. He looks like Sebastian Maniscalco.
Okay, Joe Marler's Things People Do. Okay, so he's they're people.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I see that. I see there's a bunch of people. I don't know which one is him.
It looks like it's like Bring Your Dad to Work Day. They bring
Yeah,
someone
just
in and they're
interviewing
like, "What do you
different
do?"
jobs. Cool.
I had a coworker. I know a couple strippers that want to be on the podcast.
Dude, that's a great idea. We
by
wanted a
strippers-
dominatrix, but strippers is cool too.
And by strippers, I mean they said that they would pretend to be strippers. What strippers do you think I'm talking to?
You work at a Dave & Buster's. It's not outside the realm of possibility that you're in the similar circles of strip clubs.
I don't know what Dave & Buster's you've been to. Girls dancing on the tables. But they're like you tell people that I'm a stripper, you interview me, and then I stand in the background. And I'm like, well, either you stand in the background of his shot and I'm not there and you're going to be uncomfortable, or you stand behind me and you're getting green screened out and you're just kind of blinking in like a ghost every so often.
If we're interviewing strippers that you know, they wouldn't come to my house in Kansas for that taping. That'd be insane. They wouldn't go to Kansas to be on your podcast.
Well, we want to get as HD visual of them as possible.
Would be we would have hopefully room at your new place to occasionally film the podcast, and that is where we would do that.
If they're on my camera, they're gonna look like a baby tomato in a nuclear blast, like me right now.
God, we want real strippers. I don't need a fake stripper. I want somebody who's grizzled. She's been in the industry for 50 years. She gave a tug job to Reagan back in 49. That's the kind of people we want to interview on this pod. We don't want regular people. I want people that have seen things.
Just pretending to be. Do you think it would be a good idea if there was a strip club, but they don't strip? Because one night I was driving and there was no restaurants open, but there was a 24/7 strip club, and it said food. And I'm like, would it be weird if I went in and just like had a bite to eat and left and just like tried to not look at the women because I don't want to be weird? But God, they probably got good food. And I'm like, what if they had that? And it would be like imagine a board game establishment.
A restaurant.
Shut up. The food, we'll have food. I'll cook the food.
Okay, you're cooking food and there's board games.
But it's a board game establishment, but instead of the idea of you bringing friends to play with, we have 20 smoking hot girls in bikinis, and they play the games with you, and then you tip them for the experience.
Okay. I'm pretty sure, depending on the strip club, you can do that. They will still be in their bras and panties, but if you're tipping them and you're not harassing them and you supply the board game, I don't think anyone would be mad at you. You're paying them. That's all they want.
If I bring Monopoly to a professional strip club and I call over 2 women and I'm like, $100 if you can beat me at Monopoly.
Yeah. Well, no, not conditionally tip them for the game. You should pay them for the game.
I'm like, they lose. I'm like, better luck next time, ladies. I leave without paying.
Jesus.
No, they don't get naked. If you ask them to get naked, you get thrown out. It's just like, it's to help losers. And all the women would be professionally trained in every board game, so they would know way more than you do.
So you
And
think
you just
it
go
would
in
be
there.
easier for a loser nerd without friends to play board games with to go to a strip club than go to a board game club or a card club or a vintage stock or a game store?
Because mine has hot women pretending to like you.
Oh. And Nerds and Losers, they are more acceptable of that? They're more accepting of that?
You can go and you could throw $100 at a woman to see butt.
What do we call this establishment?
That's the tough part. I don't know. It's $1 million idea.
We either call it strip poker. That's a really good name for it. We could call it Dave and Bust in Her. We could I want to redact that one.
I'm gonna have to hire some bouncers. It was. I'll of course be there in like a robe and a sailor hat, doing like a Playboy thing.
Mansion,
but
yeah.
I won't be creepy. I'll be very normal.
So they listen to Joe Marler's Things People Do, is what we're trying to say. And then they listen.
This is a lot of asides.
I was gonna say, I didn't think this was gonna give us so many topics to talk about, just critiquing our audience and the strip clubs they go to. Number 2, the Regulation Podcast. Kyle has.
Cats were one of my cats just exploded. I'm sorry.
Okay. They listen to the Regulation Podcast. That's a podcast that I listen to, which makes sense because a lot of people I know listen to it, so that would explain why it's so high on there. Number 3, This Past Weekend with Theo Vaughn. It is, and I'll say this, I know it's a very that is one of the best podcasts out there right now, because he will one week have Bernard Sanders on. The next week, he'll have Fortnite Ninja. The next week, a little Amish boy who's never seen a camera in his life. The next week, he'll have his janitor from high school. The next week, the President of the United States. The next week, the Dalai Lama. It is his local trash guy, but also his government.
I just can't imagine listening to a podcast of a stupid person. Unlike tuning into us, where you're like only listening to smart people.
Oh. No, I think it's still good because then it makes the other person shine more because he's such a blank, stupid slate, and he like plays that. And he's like, so like what? You dump bleach on the floor to clean it? Like what if a kid throws up in his tuba that day? And then they can play on that and they can really shine. Like he asked the Amish kid, he's like, you ever listen to Zeppelin? And he's like, sometimes we sneak away. We listen to a little rock and roll. And it's adorable. I love it. Next podcast, they listen to the Office Ladies podcast, which I think is one of the most unnecessary styles of podcast that's ever been made. I hate that every show I launch now, I have to watch a 30-second ad for the podcast about the show. I think it's really lame. I think it's a way to farm nostalgia. But if you see us doing it in 30 years, don't judge us.
I do really, really miss the Always Sunny podcast.
That one was good, but that's because that's the show that I like, so it's okay that they did it. That made it different for me. Because also, I think it made the show better after that, because they like found a lot of loose threads. Like, they developed a lot of bits on the podcast, and so when you watch the next season, it's like, oh shit, they've remembered what was great about it. Which I think was really nice. And then finally, number 5, which is a podcast that's been off the air for a decade now, and that is the Off Topic Podcast. We're a 2025 instant hit show. Our debut season was more popular than 83% of other new shows.
That's a big number.
We're apparently killing this. We are a 2025 talked about show. We received more comments than 97% of other shows. So please keep commenting. Apparently, we're doing better than the everyone.
I cannot wait till that Manscaped sponsorship comes in. The Taco Bell free food for life.
Who knows?
Sell out so hard.
Who knows if and when we will ever have ad reads? Maybe one day. But when we do, I am promising you, it will be the shittiest, most scuffed, funniest ad read you've ever seen.
There's always 2 ad reads, and it's they're pretending to be really into it. They're like, man, I tell you, I actually use this product day to day, so I was so excited when they reached out. And then the other one, I always love the Always Sunny podcast where they're holding papers up, and they're like, this product will help you regain.
That's what Rick Glassman and Bill Burr do. They'll be like, I love using it with my friends. No, I don't. They haven't sent me the fucking product. What does it mean I love doing it with my friends? Don't make me lie to my audience. And because they've got such big audiences, they just keep paying them to do those ad reads. They'll just be like,
God.
it says it's pronounced helix. I'm pronouncing it helix. Fuck them. It should be helix. Why would it have that either if they don't want to be helix? That's the best kind of ad read, is you go into it. And that is it for our 2025 Creator Spotify Wrapped this year. I have 2 notes that I was able to come up with in 2 days. I was scrolling, looking for something to watch on Netflix, and Netflix nowadays is 99% slop, terrible, bad. It used to be great. And I saw a documentary, and it made me laugh because it was called Hitler and the Nazis. Like Joan Jett and the Heartbreakers, or like John Lennon and the... Like, yeah, of course the Nazis gonna... How do you make a Hitler documentary without the Nazis? Did the Nazis want to get, like, paid, like, dividends off of this? Were they wanting to get, like
The backup
checks every time it
singers?
re-airs? Yeah, why is it Hitler and the Nazis? We are aware that they're a part of the story. Nobody's wondering, where are the Nazis in my Hitler documentary? I just think that's a stupid fucking title for a documentary. Like, Hitler and the Nazis. And don't worry, we remembered him this time.
They're also there.
That, and then I tricked myself on accident. So the worst part about streaming now is autoplay. You can't disable it on most things because everything wants you to watch stuff all the time. Like, I'll load Netflix or Apple TV, and if you hover over something for a second, it blasts. The show just starts playing in a little window, or it picks the middle of the show and spoils it loudly. Or you finish an episode, and before the credits start, you want to read the credits, it goes, in 5 seconds, next show will start. So I was binging Pluribus. I finished episode 5. Episode 5, without spoiling, leaves on a bit of a cliffhanger. And I am enthralled. And while the credits are
Also, without spoiling, just going to say a word. What I think. Completely out of context.
I know what you're going to say.
Brains. 100% brains.
So I finish episode 5 of Pluribus. Ends on a bit of a cliffhanger. Credits roll. I check my phone for a second. And then I look back up. And Apple TV, unlike other streaming services, I don't know if they use the same in-house production team, but everything on Apple TV is filmed on very similar cameras, I feel like. Whether it's Severance or Pluribus or whatever, it's like very well polished. Anyway, so it...
Did you watch like 10 minutes of a show thinking it was another episode
I
of
watched
Pluribus?
30 minutes and was like, holy shit, Pluribus is awesome this week. So... I watched 5 episodes of Pluribus. I check my phone, and then it opens, and they're on a plane, the very similar plane that they use in Pluribus. And I'm like, oh, there's no timer. Okay, so is this like, this has to be before, because everyone's being mean, and it's a prison plane, kind of like Con Air. I'm like, oh, they're going to find out there's a 14th person that escaped and is out there, and he's going to do evil with the people. And... he does this cool prison scene, and then the people start realizing something's off. And then there's Johnny Knoxville on the plane. I go, oh, shit. Vince Gilligan would drop an actor like Johnny Knoxville in the middle of the show out of nowhere. And I'm like, okay, that's really cool. And then they start seeing something's off. I'm like, oh, the Pluribus thing must have happened. They're acting differently suddenly. Like, it's all working flawlessly. And then there's this high-octane prison heist on the plane. And the plane crashes in the middle of, like, Siberian Russia. And I go, oh, that's how they didn't find this guy. He's the only survivor in Siberian Russia, and they assumed everyone died in the wreckage. And now he's going to be a factor.
Our viewer.
Yeah, and I was like, I bet that's the twist. We're going to find out he's been using them to kill people, and they can't tell him no. And then it goes, Alaska, the last frontier. And I go, oh, that's a cool location card. That's the name of the show. So I went right past the title card. And I go, 10 minutes. And then they're like, the credits start pulling up, and it's like, directed by not Vince Gilligan. And I go, wait a second. And I back up, and it goes, you've watched episode 1 of The Last Frontier, Alaska. But I thought it was an awesome... I hope... Dude, next episode of Pluribus is going to be really disappointing if it doesn't open with a badass prison break.
After every cliffhanger, just let it autoplay a random show and see how long you can get into the episode before it doesn't feel like a Pluribus episode.
It works so well. And I was so annoyed and mad at the dumb autoplay it. Because the other issue is all the streaming services now, to like tease you, they show more episodes than are out. So on Apple TV, it shows that there's 6 episodes of Pluribus right now. And so that was the other issue, was I ran through episode 5 and I go, oh, episode 6 thumbnail's right there with a description and spoilers. So it's going to play right in episode. So I didn't even question it when it played right into the next thing. I thought I was getting episode 6.
It's like you're on Netflix and you're watching an episode of Lost. Yeah. And then afterwards it autoplays an episode of Bob's Burgers, and you're like, yeah.
That I would pick up on.
Quite the director's choice. I wonder where this is going.
But I don't know if that's ever happened to anybody else where they thought the first episode of The Last Frontier was the 6th episode of Pluribus. It had to have happened at least twice with the way that their algorithm works.
P.O. Box.
Yeah, the P.O. Box is right there. Boom, bam, pow. I will have the information tomorrow, but it'll be burned into this and the Friday thing, so... Tomorrow is the official launch.
I literally had people in my Discord today after I told them I got the place. They're like, you should open a P.O. box for stuff. And I'm like...
I think... What is... Oh, the mac and cheese? Oh, is that shells? Oh, that's so cheesy.
Coils.
That's thick, cheesy macaroni. Whoa. That's like actual mac and cheese. I thought you were having like Kraft mac and cheese.
Oh my god, speaking of Kraft mac and cheese. Wait, did I already told you about this,
No,
right?
This man has a sides on a sides on a sides. How do you have a side on Kraft mac and cheese?
For Black Friday, this was sold out so fast. If you click this link, it'll show you the image. Kraft mac and cheese was selling a $20 65-inch box, and the idea was that it was meant to look like a 65-inch TV box, and it was filled with 65 individual boxes of mac and cheese, and it was for $20 was their Black Friday special, and it sold out in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's a crazy good deal.
Damn. The idea of having a 65-inch mac and cheese box would have been so cool.
I really like the memification that every company does now, even if it comes off like try hard and cringe. Like, we were buying new Christmas ornaments, and you can just buy ornaments of Campbell's chicken noodle soup varieties, or you can buy ornaments of like ketamine, or you can get a Kraft mac and cheese box ornament.
I have a bunch of just Hidden Valley Ranch Christmas ornaments.
I think it's just so... The only thing I don't... Okay. I love The Grinch. I love the first 2 movies. I like the Jim Carrey and I like the animated. I don't like that new third one they made. Why is The Grinch the everything?
I get it's popular. I've seen so many commercials this year reference the live action movie specifically.
Like, Christmas stores are 70% Grinch merch. And I do, because why would you not do that with Buddy? I feel like Buddy the Elf is more marketable. People love Buddy the Elf. People love Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story, do the leg lamps. But everything's this green shag carpet. Everything's a crooked tree from Whoville. I don't get it.
I think everything else is just wholesome.
I guess.
I guess
so
Grinchy is just
Grinch.
The more silly side. Yeah, there's so much Grinch
I was
stuff
watching
now.
the Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade, and I went to the bathroom, and I heard somebody singing Cindy Lou Who's Where Are You Christmas, but like screamo or like metal. And I was like, who the fuck would sing Where Are You Christmas metal? And then as I walked in, I went, oh yeah, because I forgot, I don't know if you know this, the actress that plays Cindy Lou Who is the lead singer of Pretty Reckless.
Oh.
And she's just this amazing, like, baller-ass singer. And I was like, that's kind of a cool full-circle moment to be singing your new version of your child's song. So highly recommend the Pretty Reckless Where Are You Christmas. But, yeah, I think, hold on, next episode will be filmed. I got to figure out when the Christmas episode is so I know when we do the Christmas song tier list here. Let's do some scheduling. Tuesday the 9th comes out on the 12th. 16th comes out on the 19th. 23rd. Okay, so a recording on the 16th, which is the episode that will come out on the 19th, will be the Christmas episode. Because otherwise we will miss Christmas.
I will have to see if I am. Hopefully, I don't know about the gathering, but I'm gonna hopefully see if I can get one more trip up there this month. But I know that with
Oh, yeah.
Weather getting crappy, and B, with now
Moving. And then, I was say, if not the gathering, if we can get you down just...
Oh!
What?
My dad said, get your ass down there, help me move. That's... Look at that, we're making content. I make you move all my stuff, and I film it.
Yeah.
Man,
And it's like two birds, one stone.
It's two birds, one stone. It seems like a lot more stones than a lot more birds.
It's a lot more stones, and it's just you're the bird.
Yeah, I love how it went from Kyle's been up here to do some recordings for a bit. Trey, what if you came down here and helped me move?
When I say help, I mean you do all of it. I gotta hold the camera.
No, once you're moved in though, we will definitely because Kyle's been coming here like once a month to film some content around here. But I mean, yeah, if you've got a place and a spot to record the podcast, I can come down there once a month, do a little sleepover content.
People want to see another cooking thing where we just have like a bunch of ingredients and then
There's so many
stuff.
ways we can do that. Where we do it, one of us is blind, one of us is deaf, or one of us is fully blind and deaf and the other's just screaming at the other how to make it. There's a lot of options for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got the new year coming up as well. We'll probably start over the next couple of pods, make some new year plans and ideas, start having some Christmas conversations. If you have Christmas or New Year emails, send them to the WAMOpod@gmail.com. WAMOpod@gmail.com. We need your Christmas questions, your New Year's questions, your Hanukkah questions, your Kwanzaa questions, your
Festivus.
the Festivus for the rest of us. Yep, the poll. That's all I remember, the big old poll. What a gem of a man. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this bonus episode of the podcast. We will see you again on Friday, back to schedule with full recordings. I have been Trey. He has been
Kyle.
Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. We'll see you soon. Thank you for watching this episode of the podcast, episode 15.5. Good night. Goodbye. Thank you.
I gotta go watch Red 1. Shit!
He's going to go watch Red 1 and play Minecraft and watch someone watch the podcast.